make sure that you have a place nearby, a wall that you can kind of move towards. And if not, if you're just like by your couch or something, that's fine too. I'm Tawny. I should have introduced myself already. But I'm glad that you're here this morning. And just gonna start by saying that anybody who did that crazy workout on Tuesday with all of those lunges, like my legs are in so much pain. I can't even describe, like walking down the stairs right now, it's not cool. So our focus this morning is going to be trying to get some of that soreness out as much as possible and just warm you up for your day. Yesterday morning, I thought I was doing okay, and now this morning I'm realizing I'm really not. 400 walking lunges is not cool, just saying. Okay, so go ahead and find your way to your mat or your space that you're gonna be practicing this morning. We're gonna start right away and just a nice deep low lunge. So go ahead and just get that right foot forward, walk the left knee back. I'm on a big wrestling mat this morning, yoga mat if you're on your carpet or whatever, but we are gonna have our knees down a little bit, so make sure that you have at least something soft to put your knee on, even if it's a pillow. So go ahead and just stay up on your palms, and we're just gonna take nice slow circles with this knee. Just tracing a circle around your ankle, just taking some time here to get into that space. Just kind of see how that feels here on the right side. Might be a little tight, a little crunchy. And then once you get going a few times in one direction, go ahead and go the other way. So we're just taking nice slow circles, waking up that hip, finding some space here in our glute. Good, and then we're gonna stay here in the stretch. So just find your way into your lunge. We don't have to drop down to our elbows yet. You can just stay on your palms. Just breathe here for a few moments. And now while you're here, I want you to think about pressing down through the big toe ball mound of your right foot and try to let your right knee just knock out towards the pinky toe side. So finding a little bit more external hip rotation here. Press down through the big toe ball mound. We're not letting that big toe roll up and out. We don't want you to see the bottom of your foot, but just press down through the ball of your foot and let your knee kind of open out to the side. There you go. And now from there, I want you to pull your knee in. So now you're pressing down, still pressing down through the bottom of your foot, but pull your knee in. So now you're gonna feel the outside of your hip, your quad, your glute. For me, that's not awesome. We're just gonna activate that so that we can keep stretching it. Good, and then let it go, let it open. This time we're gonna roll to the pinky toe side. So now the bottom of my foot is lifting off the mat. And just see if you can find some movement here. So we're not gonna find a real static pose just yet. But see if you can just find some movement through that hip. Good, just a couple more sways side to side. And then start to walk that foot in between your hands. And from here, we're just gonna find half split. So just straighten out that leg as much as you can. Just be really gentle. So you flex your toes towards your face. And then go and roll back forward, back into that lunge. Good, let your hips drop. Try to get some extension across that left leg. Good, and then fold back over the leg. Good, inhale, come on forward. And exhale to fold. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in, really drop your hips, try to lift your heart, press into your fingertips. And exhale, just fold over that leg. And now we're gonna stay here. So I want you to think about squaring up your shoulders towards your toes. Maybe even a little bit of a twist as your left shoulder goes towards your right pinky toe. And as you do that, kind of tilt your hips a little bit to the left, just a little twist, and you can kind of go side to side a little bit. Just work into that hamstring, and just really gentle. And if your knee is bent, that's fine. And just see where you need to find some space this morning, maybe work out some of that crunchy stuff. Hi guys. I like seeing your names pop up. And then on an inhale, we're just gonna come back forward. I'm gonna have you tuck your back toes under, push down through your palms, and just step back to high push-up, and we're gonna put the left foot forward on the outside of the left hand. I'm not quite ready to drop into down dog yet, so go ahead and drop your back knee down. We're gonna come back to that nice deep runner's lunge. So now with our left foot forward, we're just gonna do the same stuff we did on the other side. So start with just those slow circles. Kind of playing with this space, seeing what you got this morning. I'm curious how your guys' schedules have changed with all of this. Like if you're still waking up and working out before this, Or is this your warm-up for your workout? Or maybe you're waiting and doing it later in the day. You know, it's funny how everything's kind of switched around. If anybody's still waking up and working out at 5:45, I don't even know. You're my hero. Good, so switch directions if you haven't already. Knees around that ankle. Good, and then we're gonna go and press down through the big toe ball mound of that left foot. And I want you to think about letting your left knee roll to the pinky toe side of your foot, even though the foot is still flat. So we're looking for some external hip rotation, but we're keeping that foot locked down. You just see where this lands this morning. And we'll keep that foot flat, and then pull the knee into the arm. So this is gonna activate the outside of that glute, the hip, the quad a little bit. I can kind of feel all the stuff that is really mad about me walking down the stairs. I feel it right now. Pull that knee into your arm. Good, and now we're gonna let that hip open. So roll to the pinky toe side of your left foot, just let the knee fall away from your arm. And just find some space here and breathe. If you want, you can do a little shake side to side, a little rocking side to side, a little movement in and out. So just a couple more sways here, just really gentle. And then walk that foot in between your hands. And we're gonna make our way back to that half splits. So we're just sitting back onto our right heel, finding as much straightness through that left leg as we can. And then slowly just roll forward. Lift your chest, and now find some extension across that right hip. You might have to walk your right knee back just a little bit and straighten out that leg again. Good, back to the lunge. We'll go one more time to straighten out that leg. Bend the knee. Then go ahead and find your half splits. And we're gonna stay here. So see if you can find that little shimmy side to side. So really pull your belly in, square up your shoulders towards your toes. And then your right shoulder's just gonna lean over to that left pinky toe. Maybe your hips kind of sway to the right. And then switch over, hips a little bit to the left, shoulders towards the right. So just looking for some space in that hamstring. Really gentle stretch here. Knee can be bent. This is whatever you need this morning. We're gonna force our way into any position. Just trying to loosen up and find some space. And go and roll forward onto that foot. We'll come into that low lunge, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Go and step back to high push-up. And now we're gonna find our downward dog. So press into your palms, let your heels pull back. Go ahead and bend your knees. I'm gonna just spin to the side here a little bit. So bend your knees a little bit here in this down dog and really press your chest towards your thighs. Good, and then when you're ready, go ahead and straighten that out. Pull your heels back, press into your palms. Let your chest fall towards your thighs. You can lift and lower your heels. Find a little bit of space through your calves. Good, and step the right knee forward. We're gonna come into a half pigeon shape. So right knee forward, just drop into that left hip and walk your hands back. So we're not gonna be super deep into this pose. We're gonna come back to it before we're done. So just bring your hands around your leg, under your shoulders, chest is lifted. And see if you can press down through your right shin so you could lift your butt just an inch off the floor. Good, feel that turn on the right glute. And then on an exhale, just allow your body to sink into that a little bit. We're gonna do that again. Press into your right shin, try to lift your butt off, away from the mat, and exhale, sink. One more time, press into the shin, lift up, feel that right glute turn on, and exhale, let it go. Good, bring your hands under your shoulders, tuck your back toes, step it back to downward facing dog. We're gonna find that space in our pose again, so just bend one knee and then the other, lift and lower your heels. Give yourself a couple cycles of breath here just to find some length. And bend your knees, maybe straighten your legs. And then the left leg's gonna step forward into that half pigeon. Good, so just somewhere close to the shape. I don't care if your shin is squared up to the top of the mat. We're just looking for some length across that left hip. Hands under shoulders for support. Good, and then just see how this lands. And once you find your way into the pose, I want you to press down through your left shin and try to lift your butt up just an inch. Good, breathe here. And then exhale, sink down. Good. Again, inhale, press down, lift up. And exhale, sink. Good, one more time. Press into the floor, press it away with your legs, not just your hands. Press away. And exhale, let it go. Good, just looking for some space in that hip. Good, hands under shoulders. We're gonna step that left leg back. You can go to high push-up, downward dog, shake out your legs again, and just drop down to your knees. We'll take one set cat-cow, and then we're gonna go to the wall. So hands under shoulders, just drop your belly, lift your heart, breathe in, and exhale, round it out. Round your spine, press your palms away. You can even walk your hands in a step, find a little bit more round through your spine. Good, and then just rock back to your seat. All right, so you're gonna find your wall, wherever the wall is, and what we're gonna do right away is we're gonna find figure 4 against the wall. So I'm gonna lie on my back, and I hope you guys can see this okay. I'll kind of show you before I spin around. I'm gonna be here, right leg on my left thigh, my left foot is gonna be flat on the wall. So I'm here, right foot on my left thigh, left foot is flat on the wall. And then once you get here, I'm gonna have you just rock gently side to side. Good, so your left foot is supported on the wall. I'm gonna spin like this, pretend there's a wall under my feet, and I'm just rocking side to side. Good, so give that a couple sways, and then you're gonna go ahead and come back to center, and find that left foot pressing into the wall. Right leg is pressing into the left thigh. So I want you to really find some engagement through that right hip as the right foot continues to press into the left thigh. Good, press that knee towards the wall, right knee towards the wall. Breathe here. And then when you release, you're gonna grab for that left hamstring and just pull that stretch towards you. So now your left foot should come away from the wall and just breathe. Good, we're gonna do that again. So press your left foot into the wall, drive your right ankle into your left thigh, so you're creating a lot of tension with this foot into the thigh. Breathe. And then exhale, grab the hamstring, pull it in. Good, one more time. Press the left foot into the wall, right foot into the thigh. Drive the right knee towards the wall, looking for more space, more activation through that right glute. Breathe. And then grab the thigh and pull it in. Good, stay here, breathe. Just find as deep of a stretch as you can in this space. Hopefully you're getting a little bit more than we started. Good, and then you're just gonna roll your way out of that. So if you wanna scooch away from the wall, if you just wanna release that leg, however you're gonna get there is fine. I'm gonna have you sit up, and we're gonna take a couch stretch against the wall, or your couch, either one. So we're gonna go right leg against the wall. So I'm just gonna, at the top of my right foot, reach back for the wall and drop my right knee down. Good, so my right foot is up on the wall, and I'm gonna get a nice big stretch across this quad. Ooh, that feels nice. Good, hands on your hips. Now notice what's happening with your back. Is your low back pushing forward? Are you rounding your back? Do you have a big back bend here? I want you to pull your belly in, and now think about actually pressing the top of your foot into the wall, or whatever it is you're supporting your leg. Press your foot into that space. Good, you're gonna feel it turn on the front of this right hip and the quad. Good, stay there. And now relax and release. Good, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Press into the top of your foot. Good, feel the front of that hip and the quad turn on. And then just rest, relax. 1 more time. Press into the wall, find some activation through that quad, breathe. And then just let it go. Good. Walk your hands down. You're just gonna pull that leg away from the wall, and we're gonna do all of that on the left side. So we'll start with the figure 4 legs against the wall. So I'm gonna pretend my feet are on the wall. You guys are actually gonna put your feet on the wall. Your right leg will be against the wall, right foot on the wall, left foot is on your thigh, and pull that in towards you. This foot is rested here. Good, so now think about the left knee pressing towards the wall, left foot into the thigh, and you have the support of the wall under your right foot. So really create some activation through that left hip, left glute, like you have a $100 bill between your left ankle and your right knee. And I'm gonna try to take it away. So squeeze there, press down for 3, 2, and on 1, grab around your right hamstring and just try to find some space as you pull that all towards you. So you're trying to pull your right foot away from the wall. Breathe. And we'll come back to it. So press your right foot into the wall, create that activation of your left hip so your left ankle presses into your right thigh. For 3, 2, and 1, grab around your right hamstring and just pull it in. And breathe. So we're gonna do that one more time. Right foot into the wall, press into your left ankle, left knee presses away. Find lots of activation through that left hip. Breathe for 3, 2, press harder. 1, and then grab around the hamstring. Whew, and we're gonna stretch here. So stay here, see if you can find more space. So you're pulling your right foot away from the wall, bringing that left ankle towards your body. Good, one more cycle of breath. Then we forgot to do our rock side to side on this side for the one we're on the wall, so we're gonna do them now. So I'm gonna spin around. So we put your right foot back on the wall and you're just gonna rock side to side. Whew. But after you work that hip, it probably feels a little bit different. So just give yourself some rock side to side gently. And then go ahead and release that shape. You can scoot your body back, release it however you need to, and we're gonna take that couch stretch. So this time our top of our left foot is gonna be supported against the wall or whatever it is you're using. Drop that left knee down and press yourself up. Oh, nice deep stretch across that left hip. And you can keep your hands on your hips and notice again, what's going on with your back? Are you hiking a hip up? Are you blowing out through your low back and finding a back bend here? You pull your ribs in, support your back with your core. So our core's on, braced. Good, and now from here, start to press into the wall with the top of your foot. Create some activation as that left foot presses into the wall. And then try to relax and release. Good. Oh, my left quad is so blown up right now. Press your left foot into the wall. And then just try to relax that. Try to release. Remember what's going on with your back. Try not to compensate. We're just looking for extension through the hip. Nice stretch through that quad. A lot of flexion through the knee. Good. Press into the top of the foot. Good. Pull your belly in. Give it a little bit more action. A little bit more than you did before. Breathe. And then try to just relax and release. Finding some space. Slowing your breath. We'll come out of that. So just bring your hands to the floor. You can make your way out. And as promised, we're coming back to half pigeon. So hands under shoulders, just lift your hips up, drop your right leg in front, and now we're gonna come into that half pigeon pose and just kind of see where it lands in our body. So if you can lift your hips up, lift your chest up, and then you can stay here, or we're gonna come down to our forearms, or maybe all the way down to your belly. Good, and try to press down through the top of that shin just a little bit. Feel that activate the hip. You can scooch the left knee back. And so you can stay here and chill if you just want to find a nice deep stretch. If you want to keep working a little bit, I want you to think about pressing down through your right calf and right ankle. Good, try to press down into the mat. And then after you get through a couple cycles of breath there, I want you to think about trying to pull your calf into your belly. So you're working all that regressive tissue that you're not stretching. Try to pull your calf up. Good, and then go through that again. Press down into the mat with your shin. And then try to pull your calf towards your belly. See if you can activate those muscles. It shouldn't move. You're so deep at your end range. You shouldn't be able to actually lift your leg right now. But just imagine that you could and try to activate the muscles that would. Good. If you're working through those activations, just go ahead and take a couple breaths where you're not. Just release it all. Just rest. Try to breathe. Breathe into that stretch wherever you're at. And then start to work your way out of that. Hands under shoulders, tuck your back toes. You're gonna lift that knee up. If you wanna move through down dog, you can. If you just wanna shake out that leg, whatever feels good. And we're gonna come into half pigeon on the left. And so just like on the other side, find your space. And we'll come up on our palms just to work our way into it. You work your right knee back. Stay here. We're gonna come down to our elbows or maybe all the way to your belly. Good, last little bit here. But if you just wanna stay here and chill, you can. Otherwise, you're gonna press down through the left shin, left calf, left ankle. So you're finding lots of activation through that hip. And then when you're ready, try to pull your calf up. It kind of feels gross, but try to lift that calf up. You're gonna turn on all that tissue that's in its end range right now, all the regressive tissue you're not working. Try to lift the calf towards you, and then go the other way. Press down through the shin, and then try to pull it up. Try to lift it towards your belly, like you could squeeze it up. Good, and then just rest. Relax. Just find a little bit deeper space through that hip. Continue to breathe. Think about with each exhale, can you let go of something that's trying to lift you off the mat, that's trying to hold you up? We'll take one more cycle of breath here. On an inhale, just walk your hands under your shoulders, tuck your back toes under, lift your hips, shake out that leg however you need to, whatever feels good. Find some length, and then just come on over and find a seat. Wow, that went fast today. I hope you guys feel good. I hope you feel better than when you started. And if you're doing this on a recording, of course, I would always love to hear your feedback, and from everyone who's joined us live too. How you're feeling, what you need, and maybe some requests for next week, because I always love requests. Kind of helps me stay focused. So you guys enjoy the sun, enjoy the day, and I'll see you next week, okay? Bye.